Okay, good afternoon. Seems like I hadn't seen you guys in too long, so it's good to see you all. So good afternoon. I'm the U.S. Attorney, Jaime Esparza, for the Western District of Texas. With me is Special Agent in Charge Rob Topper from ATF and Special Agent in Charge Trey McLeish from the Department of Commerce, Bureau of Industry and Security. So this is Rob and this is Trey. And then to my right is Assistant United States Attorney Sarah Warnaka and Zach Parsons. And there you go. So back in January, I stood at this podium with District Attorney Gonzalez, Sheriff Salazar, and Chief McManus, and we announced that since 2020, in four of the state's largest cities, more than 30,000 guns had been stolen from vehicles. So far in 2024, over 1,100 guns have been stolen in San Antonio. That makes around 24 guns or firearms belonging to law-abiding citizens were being stolen from locked and unlocked cars across Texas every day, 24. Today we announced that as a result of a year-long ATF-led operation, 12 individuals have been arrested for selling guns that were stolen from vehicles in San Antonio. Also involved in these arrests, in helping us make these arrests, was a newly formed San Antonio Police Department's gun unit. The names and details of these individuals are listed in the press release, but the charges include a variation of offenses, from firearms trafficking and dealing in firearms without a license, to possession of a stolen firearm and possession of a machine gun. Penalties range from up to 5 years in prison to up to 10 to 15 years in prison, depending on the charge. ASAC Topper and I spoke here in June about machine gun conversion devices. You might not remember that, but we called them switches back then. That's what they're called, shorthand. And we had the same discussion across the state. My fellow United States attorneys in the Eastern, Northern, and Southern District, we all announced Operation Texas Kill Switch. We made it known that we were cracking down in the possession of these devices, which are switches or machine gun conversion devices, or SEERs, that convert commercially available semi-automatic rifles and handguns into fully automatic weapons, rapidly firing multiple rounds with a single squeeze of the trigger, basically a machine gun. I remind you that under federal law, switches, machine gun conversion devices themselves are defined as machine guns. I'll underscore, with the exception of very limited circumstances, the possession of a machine gun, including a switch or a SEER, is illegal and carries a 10-year maximum prison sentence. In this takedown, ATF agents seized dozens of machine gun conversion devices that were being sold with stolen firearms. In just a moment, I'm going to hand over the mic to Assistant Special Agent in Charge Rob Topper. But before I do that, I wanted to reiterate the importance of our announcement today. As lawful gun-owning Americans, everyone must understand the dangerous consequences of not securing your firearm, your weapon, your gun, especially when it's in a vehicle, whether that's in your driveway, in a carport of an apartment, or in a retail parking lot. A locked car is not a secured car, especially when we're talking about firearms. If you have a gun stolen from your vehicle, chances are the thieves who stole it are using it in their own violent crimes, or they're putting it on the marketplace to make a profit. And there's a decent chance that they're outfitting your handgun or your stolen firearm, whichever, with a machine gun conversion device in the process, making that stolen firearm, that stolen gun, even much more dangerous. To the public, I say, do not be a victim of firearm theft. Secure your vehicles. Do not make it easier for a criminal to use your firearm, your handgun, to commit further crimes. And now, with that, I'll have ATF's ASAC Rob Topper give you a few remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Esparza. Good afternoon. My name is Robert Topper. I'm the Assistant Special Agent in charge for the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, Houston Field Division. I oversee ATF operations here in San Antonio. ATF's mission is to stop illegal firearms trafficking and prevent prohibited persons from obtaining and using firearms. Additionally, we're working with our law enforcement partners to stop the proliferation of machine gun conversion devices and raise awareness about thefts of firearms. By working together, we reduce the flow of illegal weapons and make our communities safer. Yesterday, in a joint operation between the ATF, the United States Department of Commerce, the United States Marshals, the San Antonio Police Department, supported by the United States Attorney's Office, conducted operations in 14 locations between San Antonio and McAllen, Texas. Yesterday's operations were the culmination of a years-long investigation into an organization of individuals trafficking stolen firearms, machine guns, and machine gun conversion devices within San Antonio, and with the intent to traffic firearms to Mexico. Throughout the investigation, ATF seized nearly 200 firearms, 14 of which were machine guns, and more than 60 standalone machine gun conversion devices. So why this investigation matters. San Antonio, like major cities in the United States, is working to reduce gun violence. Part of the solution is to ensure that firearms don't make it into the hands of prohibited possessors. 39 of the firearms recovered in this investigation were reported stolen. One thing to note is that's reported stolen. Often the theft of firearms goes unreported. In many cases, some of the victims of this theft don't have the firearms identifiers, like the make, model, serial number. That information helps law enforcement at least begin the quest to figure out who's stealing these firearms and putting them on the street. Also, as an added benefit of it, when you do maintain that information and provide it to law enforcement, if you are the victim of a theft, that allows us to ultimately, if we're able, to return the property to the owner. At ATF, we manage the National Integrated Ballistic Information Network, NIBIN. NIBIN allows law enforcement to quickly determine if recovered firearms have been used in shootings and to link those firearms and fired shell casings to multiple crime scenes. The added intelligence from NIBIN provides valuable information to investigators so they can specifically focus on shooters and get them off the streets. 6 of the firearms recovered in this investigation have been used in shootings in San Antonio. 3 of those firearms were machine guns. As I said earlier, 14 machine guns and 61 machine gun conversion devices were seized over the course of this investigation. Machine gun conversion devices, as the U.S. Attorney said, are small devices that either dropped into a rifle or affixed to the back of a pistol that will turn that weapon from a semi-automatic into a fully automatic pistol, in that it'll fire more than one round or expel more than one round from the pistol or firearm with a single pull of the trigger. These weapons that adds the danger to the weapons, it adds the unpredictability of the weapons, and it makes them less accurate, which provides greater risk to the public. This organization that we apprehended yesterday presented a danger to our communities. And I want to thank the Department of Commerce, the United States Marshal Service, the San Antonio Police Department, and the United States Attorney's Office for their support in this investigation. Thank you.
We'll take a few questions. Mr. Agent Topper here, Special Agent Topper here, is probably our subject matter expert, so he might be able to answer more of your questions. But if you have questions, we'll see how it goes.
State legislature's relaxation of gun laws and regulating the
I don't know.
It's not really the ATF's purview is more with the federal regulations on firearms. Now, recently, in the last 2 years, we did have the passing of the Bipartisan Safe First Communities Act, which did codify a firearms trafficking statute and a straw purchasing statute, which some of the defendants have been charged with in this indictment.
In this investigation, how a lot of the stories that we do on a daily basis involve juveniles stealing firearms. During the course of this investigation, have you found that this is a correlation, maybe not in all of the cases, but maybe these organizations are using juveniles and minors to steal firearms from vehicles?
In this specific investigation, I don't have any information on that, but I do know that yes, juveniles are used to steal firearms from vehicles, and often juveniles are used to sometimes by adults to commit thefts.
Yesterday, ATF executed a search warrant on 410 Starcrest where an ATF agent shot and killed a suspect. Was this in relation to this operation?
It was in relation to this operation, but all I can tell you is that that for the moment, it's under investigation and we don't have any further comment.
You said there were 14 locations from McAllen to San Antonio that all happened yesterday. Do we know how many were actually in San Antonio? How many of those locations?
There was only one outside of San Antonio, in McAllen.
Are these people connected to Mexican cartels in any way?
I can't speak to any direct connections based on this investigation. However, we can speak to that that there was intent to distribute some of these guns to Mexico. Yes.
You said this organization presented a danger to ordinary citizens, but when you talked about specifics, you mainly talked about guns and devices that were seized, and you really didn't talk about the number of people. Can you talk more about how many people were swept up and what charges they may be facing?
In my remarks, I think I generally gave you the gamut of the federal crimes that have been committed. 12 people were arrested, and so I'm not sure if I understand your question further than that.
Does the average citizen face any prosecution for not securing a gun in the car?
Not that I know of, no. But I would say, I mean, this is the same message we sent back when we did announce Operation Kill Switch, is you put your firearm, your gun, your rifle in your car. It's not secure. They know that. They take your rifle, your gun, your firearm, and then they're committing crimes. I mean, I don't think we can say with any certainty the connection to the cartel, but what we can say with certainty is taking a firearm from a vehicle certainly increases the chances of violent crime.
You said that y'all seized or recovered 2,000 firearms and 61 switches in the 14 operations yesterday.
No, sir. That was over the course of the whole entire investigation, and it wasn't 2,000 firearms in this investigation. It was closer to 200.
Now, what you can and what you cannot discuss with us, we understand that. Defense are especially in their ways. Now, this investigation, it looks, the way you explain it, very simplistic as to this organization dedicated to stealing firearms from vehicles. Is that what it was, actually?
This was an organization that dealt in dealing stolen firearms, and we know that a primary source of those stolen firearms were thefts from vehicles. Now, they could have also been stolen from other stolen from houses, could have been stolen from gun stores, but primarily we know that the guns, the source of these guns were stolen from vehicles.
So that tells us that actually us as citizens, the citizens are in a way contributing to this kind of situation right now, right?
I think what it tells us clearly is that we need to be much more careful in how we secure our firearms, how we secure our guns. And certainly, if the gun is stolen, we know from experience that it's fairly likely either it's going to be used in a violent crime or it'll be sold in the marketplace. And so that's our concern. And most people think they leave their car, they lock their car, and the gun's fine, but that's not true. And it doesn't take very long. We talked about this last time we had this press conference. It doesn't take them very long to get into your vehicle and take your weapon. And so that's why it's dangerous.
This was an organization that steals weapons. Do we know who this organization is?
Insofar as we arrested many of the members of it, yeah. Do they have a larger name? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, do we know where they're from? If there's a local organization, if there's a bigger organization, just any details on the group itself?
Yeah, our understanding right now is it's local, but I would imagine not limited to San Antonio. Like not this organization, but I mean similar organizations. Through different. Actually, I don't necessarily want to get into that because I don't want to get into the whole every part of this investigation. But yeah, they did create a buyer-seller relationship with the people. The machine gun conversion devices, yeah, the switches or machine gun conversion devices, specifically the ones that go onto pistols, they're often illegally imported. They're also illegally manufactured in people's homes through different means like 3D printing, stuff like that.
Is it fair to say that there's plenty of guns in Texas and plenty of guns in cars, and chances of breaking in a car and finding a gun? Is that a fair assessment?
It's hard to say. We would just be speculating, but I think they're smart in the way they approach these vehicles. Okay, we'll take one more question.
I got it right here. Ivan, you seized a bunch of stuff yesterday, and you just said you already have 6 recovered that are tied to shootings in San Antonio. Ivan is a very effective tool, isn't it? You seized things yesterday, and today you're saying you've already matched these hits, right?
Yeah, that's correct. That's a tool that can be used within. If a gun is seized on a Monday, you can know if it was involved in another shooting. Provided the casings from the other shooting were input into the system, you can know that within a matter of hours, and to know if 2 crime scenes are connected.
Yeah, NIBIN is a very important tool. Yes, it is a
Yep,
game changer.
absolutely.
Okay. Again, I really appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll let you go. Thank you.